Hello, Internet, and welcome to Red Jenny. Thank you for joining us this lovely Monday evening. We're super excited to be back here playing some more Dragon Age, hanging out, my best friends, and not getting anyone angry about the things that I do with the characters in this game. We're so excited to have you all here. Before we get going, usual announcements for the channel. Schedule for this week, our next regularly scheduled show, according to our schedule below our faces, if you're watching us live on Twitch, would be tomorrow, the Tuesday crew. I don't believe they've said whether or not they're playing tomorrow yet. There's still up in the air, people traveling and gone, and they're getting close to the finale on some of the shows and getting started with others. So kind of weird stuff going on Tuesdays, but we will be announcing kind of as we go what's going to be happening. If you especially join us in our Discord, you can see what our we can get up to date. Know immediately. You'll be the first people to know when the what we're going to be doing. But that being said, our next regularly scheduled stream should be this Thursday for the continuation of Elegance and Vigilance. We're playing a mishmash of D&D and Good Society. Sid runs that, and I'll let her talk about it. And then rest of our shows this week should be as normal. Regular lineup. No other big changes going on this week, so just join us for all of our regular shows. However, I will go ahead and turn things over to my lovely players here, many of whom are in the other games or run them, and they can talk a little bit about who they are, what they do on and off this channel, and who they're playing tonight. Starting as always with Venehn.
That's me. Hi, I'm Van. You can find me on the internet at Savvy Seaworth, pretty much wherever you can find people on the internet. Not really on social media right now, but I am always hanging out in the Discord, shit posting, and looking for various gifs of us doing silly things on the aforementioned internet. But you can find me live on Twitch several times a week, Sunday nights on twitch.tv/lbhackemup, playing Dungeons and Dragons, and then live on this channel Thursdays through Mondays, playing in several games, and also running Dungeons and Dragons on Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. Tonight, I am playing Venehn, who is an elven marksman. Right now, I don't know. I don't know what he is today yet. He's got.
You almost made it. You almost made it.
I don't know.
You almost made it there.
I don't know. He's just an elf today.
I think he's by far. He's probably the chicest of the party today.
The slinkiest.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I like.
The most gender fluid of the party.
Oh,
That's
hell
definitely
yeah.
true.
Mm-hmm. That's very true.
Love it.
Showing off them gams.
Yeah. I think I'm next. Hey, I'm Christina Sid. You can find me all over the internets at Greek Sid, except for IG. We're just not talking about it anymore. I'm over it. You can find me here Thursdays through Mondays, playing in games. As Val mentioned, I do run a game on Thursdays at 8 o'clock Eastern of Elegance and Vigilance. It's Good Society. It's D&D. It's Regency superheroes. It's a great time. They're about to fight some tap dancing automatons. Although I don't think the automatons are really tap dancing right now. They're mainly just destroying the town. But we'll see. Who knows? You'll have to tune in and find out. Again, 7 o'clock Eastern, Thursday. Tonight, I'm playing Yasmera. Yaz is our Kunari shadow. Right now, I think it's very safe to say she is the most furious of the party. The most filled with unbridled rage. Yeah, that's fair. I think that's very fair.
Sup, y'all? It's me, Wally, your favorite non-binary sign best friend on the internet. You can find me at W8LLE132 on your social media platforms. Yes, even Mastodon. I'm over there too. You can find me also here every Thursday through Mondays playing in the games that everyone talked about already. And yeah, that's where you can find me playing those stuff. But tonight, you can find me playing Garas, the elven duelist, who is
The heat's
It's not
affecting our
so
brains,
easy,
guys.
it is,
all
and
right?
you know, you're absolutely
Yeah.
right.
We're rocking tank
You know,
top
y'all started
squad
this
today,
bit. You
and-
can end it at any time.
No.
No!
No, we're not.
We're determined.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
They are the peacockingest of the party. Yeah, there we go. I got there.
All right, that leaves me. Hi everybody. I'm John Cena. Hi mom. You can find
Hi,
me
Gene. Hey,
on
Sue's
the
mom.
internets at Mr. Wilt in most places. Although, like many of us, I'm tired of social media. You can find me on my Instagram at john.ceta and check out all the delicious food I make. Made a chilled cucumber soup yesterday with mint and Greek yogurt and jalapenos and lime juice, and it was you can also find me. The best way to find me if you want to talk to me is check out one of our games, get in the chat. I'm either playing a game or I'm making oddball jokes and trying to distract the players and GMs. Let's see. You can find me every Monday here playing this wonderful game with these wonderful people, and I'm also part of the Ephemeral Tuesday crew, one of them. And theoretically, maybe we'll be playing Escape Velocity next week. I'm not sure. I think we're still missing somebody, maybe. But when we get that back going, come check us out. It's a lot of fun. I play a Cockney murder robot, but that's not who I'm playing tonight. Tonight, I'm playing Andros Philippe Bastille de Cartier, also known as Carter, the Arcane Warrior, the human Arcane Warrior, and the sportiest of the group today.
You know what? Fair. And that leaves me. Hi, everyone. I'm Val. You can find me the Kraken's Ground, lurking around the internet. I'm here Thursdays through Mondays playing and running games. Other than this game, I run a game on Saturdays called War.
Hang on. We're the Spice Girls.
Yes.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. we are.
Okay,
Scary,
who's
though.
who?
Are we talking like in era or now?
Yeah,
Yaz
in there.
is Scary Spice.
But Yaz is
No,
totally
she's
scary
Yaz is a scary
posh.
spice.
Yaz is
She's
scary
No,
spice.
Yaz is
No,
Scary
Garas
Spice.
is posh spice.
I'm posh. Yeah,
Yeah,
Garrus is posh
Garrus
spice.
is
Posh is the
Spice.
one with the attitude.
That is
Never
baby.
smiles.
Yeah.
And Carter is sporty.
There was no spooky spice.
It should have been. Spooky Spice. That's
There
got a
was
ring
no
to it.
spooky spice. I'm sorry. You have failed.
I'm baby spice.
Wait, who said spooky?
No one said spooky. What are you
I
talking
said
about?
sporty.
No, you said spooky.
No, I said
No,
scary.
Val
No,
said
scary.
Scary
Spooky.
Spice.
Scary, posh, baby, and sporty.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sid,
I
you're the
thought you
only
said
one that
spooky.
heard spooky.
Yeah, we
I
were all
thought you said
extremely
spooky.
confused.
The heat's affecting our brains, guys.
Mhm.
Wait,
Wow,
who's the other
Cora was
one?
right. Ginger spice.
Val, you
That's
have to
Tie
be
Tie
Ginger-
Baby.
Val.
Tie Tie
Val, you
Baby.
can be Ginger Spice.
Yeah, Val
Yeah.
Ginger.
Yeah. Tie is definitely ginger spice. Okay. Anyway, what was I doing? I run a game on Saturdays called Ward 47 where we play Parslings. That's it. That's all the important stuff you need to know. Tonight, I'm running this game though. Are y'all ready to get started? Previously on Red Jenny, you have fully immersed yourselves in the culture of Tevinter, the members of Red Jenny currently present here on their journey, their current mission to deliver a plethora of lyrium explosives to the front line of the current war, the current Fourth Blight, in as a job to your nemesis, Marquis Valmont. You had attended a an evening of song and delights for the senses in Minrathous, the capital of Tevinter, where you had run into a bit of trouble, gotten into following another group that seemed aware of your presence there, kind of made some eyes from across the orchestra, the
They saw us from across the bar and they really liked our vibe,
yeah,
etc.,
exactly.
etc.
But instead of inviting them to join your polycule, you did stalk them across the city, had a couple of conversations with well, I guess you just had one conversation with one of them. Venehn did with a Dalish elf named Brila, and follow them to their current hideout in the gardens of Tevinter, this upper crust, this walled off district of the city, where Yaz found some dead bodies. And you all reconvened last session to decide what to do. You reported the this crime, potential crime, to the guard. Garas, using his new contacts with the Minrathous Imperial Guard, his best friend Greg, as well as Chet, and others that had frat boy like names, and the you prepared for the beginnings of the Archon's tourney, which was to take place the following day. Paperwork in order to pass Carter off as an Imperial citizen. You entered Carter into the tourney, whereupon your group split up. Carter went into the examination room where he would speak with or be interviewed by a panel of magisters seeking to weed out the entrants from in the tourney and select the final 32 that would be participating in the event. There you also found one Reyes Itelli, who had visited you the night before in your dream, one of this group of adventurers or whoever they might be that you had drawn the attention of, had spoken with Carter in his dreams and attempted to broker some sort of conversation, seeming to know who Carter is and wanting to know a little bit more about him. While you were waiting to be interviewed, two of you had another conversation, this time Carter being a little bit more level-headed and speaking sort of openly, each of you turning to ask the other some questions. From that conversation, you learned that this group was here for their interest in the Archon's tourney, did not divulge Reyes did not divulge his reasons for his group's presence here, but seemed to insinuate that there were bigger things at play than just the silver that would be the purse for the champion of the tournament. Carter was interviewed by the Magister panel and seemed to impress them, and was selected as one of the 32 participants. Meanwhile, the rest of you prepared for the event in the banquet hall, where the other sort of attendees of the potential participants were gathering. You saw the other 3 members of this group, and you did not approach them, but clocked their positions and tried to get a read on them from across the room. Upon learning the good news of Carter's acceptance, all of you were taken to the viewing platform, where all of the retinues of these the participants would be viewing the competition from, and Carter was taken for the first round. While all of this was happening, Venehn found a serving lad who Venehn paid handsomely to go check on your cart, getting a tinge of worry that there maybe something was a foul here. And while the competition started, the first rounds of the tournament taking place, you were able to witness many of the participants as they magically dueled each other from these platforms in the center of this grand arena with thousands of Tevinter citizens watching. You were able to see for the first time Reyes Itelli use his magical abilities and seem to do so quite skillfully. Carter immediately clocking him as a force to be reckoned with. As he easily dispatched with his opponent, barely showing off any offensive magic himself. Venehn, the servant that you had paid, returned and gave you some unfortunate news that it appeared your cart wasn't there. And while Yaz clocked eyes with one of the members of this group who gave her a cocky wink, Carter stepped up to the stage for his first bout of the Archon's tourney. And that is where we are going to pick up today. Carter, as your name is announced and you step up to the your platform, your dueling platform here, Lord Cellini on the other side giving you a gracious nod of respect. Both of you looking up at the judges platform, which is situated above the viewing platform on this side of the arena, where the three judges presiding over these bouts are viewing from. The two magisters, Tomas and Arcanus, sitting alongside the Archon of the Tevinter Imperium, Therius. They give permission to begin the bout. You turn to your opponent and you watch as Lord Cellini begins to conjure up his magical abilities, manifesting his power to attack. So, Carter, we are going to do our first round of the contest. As I've explained the rules to the group, but just so for the chat to be aware, the way that this is going to work is there will be three rolls, three opposed checks between you and your and your opponent. Each will be rolling magic with their focus applied, which I believe we talked for Carter is a +8. The sort of outcome of that dictating the ebb and flow of the match. Whoever succeeds on each of the roll gets the chance to sort of describe how they are prevailing in this bout. The first one to win 2 is the victor. So, Carter, I guess without any further ado, there are some other rules in between that that we talked about as well. We're bonuses to help with the check. Won't go in all those, but Carter, you're aware of what to do there. So, let's do our first roll of this session, and see what the results is. So 3d6. There won't be any stunt points applied to these, just for again ease. It's just simple success, failure. But
I think I'm gonna go ahead and use that +1. Since I can't save that between rounds anyway, I might as well use that sucker as soon as possible.
Okay. Oh, there was one rule I forgot to mention. If you roll, which is probably almost impossible for Carter to do, if you roll less than a 13, a magical mishap will occur. So,
not impossible, but yeah.
Yeah.
And I got my roll. You ready?
Yeah. What'd you roll?
18.
18. Cellini has a +6. I rolled a 13. So that is a total of 19.
19. Some bitch.
And that was with your +1?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Carter stepping up to the stage. What kind of, you're using your spirit magic, correct?
Yeah.
Give me at least the visual of like Carter sort of conjuring the forces and like what Carter like looks like in this moment. How much are you dedicating to like defense? How much are you dedicating to like offense here? Kind of what is your posture?
Carter has always gone for minimal movement whenever possible. So very much in the same way that Reyes fights, he doesn't start moving immediately. He clocks what his opponent is doing, and then at the last second tries to throw up a defense using a minimal amount of energy as possible. And perhaps in this case, it was just a little bit not enough.
Okay. Yeah, you see Selene across from you suddenly erupts into flame. Much more sort of maybe a bit more theatrical, much more like somatic with his with his spell casting. Moving his hands in front of him, the fire begins to sort of pool around him, like near his feet in like a vortex, and then from there, suddenly 3 like bolts of flame go firing towards you. 2 of them are deflected by your spiritual barriers as they form. However, one of them just clips you in the shoulder, causing you to stagger back slightly. The rest of you from the platform can see this as Carter is struck by the first blast, Selene seeming to come all out from the get-go out of respect for and not wanting to put on a bad show. So that is the first round. You have to win the next 2 in order to prevail.
So the reroll rules, do I need to decide whether
I
or
will
not
let
reroll?
you decide after the fact if you would like. So I'll tell you what my role is, and you can decide whether you want to do a reroll.
Okay, cool. Let's do this again.
Come on, Carter.
Rolled better this time. You got a 20.
Man, Jiminy Christmas. I got another 18, so I guess I'm going to go ahead and bust some MP on this.
Okay.
Holy shit burgers.
Did you roll worse?
I rolled worse. The dice are hating me. I'm getting so many 1s on these rolls.
You can spend more MP if you want.
Yep. All right, so that's 30 total MP.
Yep.
So it's 1 round elimination?
Yes.
Yeah. Blah!
We're gonna be
Oh
done
my
before we started.
God.
Damn.
Yeah, it might be. That's a 15. So
Get physical dice right now. Get D6s right the fuck now.
Nope. It'll take too long to do that. I don't want to disrupt the stream. Here we go. I'm spend 45 points to get this roll. 21.
21 is a success. Carter, as he
45
sees
points.
the opportunity for you, with you staggering backwards, I will say this first round may end up being a bit harder because you don't have those points to spend too. You are fully in this on your own, but you get a gauge for like how difficult this competition is going to be. I also just rolled crazy well for these first 2. As he sensing the ability to maybe clutch this victory quickly, Selene sends a surge, just a wave of these bolts of fire streaking towards you like meteors, and you are doing everything you can to put up this barrier. What does Carter do in this moment to sort of turn the tide?
Okay, so I think in that first round, right, he got clipped in the shoulder and he rolled a little bit and almost topples off the column, and he starts to go just resume his sort of rigid posture, but then he thinks about what Garas told him, and so he kind of looks up and glares at his opponent as they start sending off that second barrage. And so he's starting, he's getting hit and he's stepping back, and at one point he's got just 1 foot on the edge of the column, about to fall, the other foot in the air. And as he's slipping back a little bit, he uses his own magic to pull himself forward. But during all of that, he used his levitation magic to pull off one of his gloves off of his hand and sends it swirling back around behind him. What's his name? Bassini?
Selene.
Back behind Selene, and like his glove grabs Cellini by the hair and yanks him back.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and as he's like stepping forward, like full offense at this point, just trying to drive you off the platform, and it sees you almost like step off the edge as you catch yourself in midair. And he's caught off guard for a moment, not sure what to do, just before you grab the back of his cowl and yank him backwards. He goes stumbling back, losing his footing, as your glove, now animated, slips completely past his blind spot, and he suddenly is reeling around, now fighting a battle on two fronts. Let's do our last roll here for this first round.
Come on, magic. This is what I do.
I rolled much worse for this one.
I got 22.
I got a 12.
Yay!
How do you succeed? How do you prevail?
I think that the battle on two fronts. So he's using all of his like spirit force magic, so it's not quite as showy, right?
Yeah.
It's more like ripples, like heat ripples in the air. So he's launching his own barrage back at Cellini while like smacking the back of his head with the glove and other like just annoying little triggering things. And as Cellini perhaps turns partially to try to deflect the glove away, he pulls the glove all the way around to the other side and just slaps him hard against the face at the same time as a barrage of magic, just a train of it.
Yeah, this like, I imagine this like greenish, like just this pure like fade energy. You're summoning these like almost like you can almost see the spirits moving between them as you channel them forward. The magic just rent asunder. His flames just cast aside from the effects as he gets slapped in the face by this glove, pummeled backwards, and goes rolling near the edge. He catches himself near the edge of the platform, but is thrown to his feet. You can see pretty badly hurt from that attack, but having like regained his footing, his flames sparking to the side, trying to concentrate and maintain the elegance of his like practiced fire magic. And as that happens, there is another one of those horn sounds like brrrr, and the signal at the end of the bout, you regain your pull your magic into yourself, stopping the flow of your channeling, and he does the same, standing to his feet and sort of brushing himself off, and
Carter would use that extended animated glove to just kind of like offer Cellini a hand to his feet.
I think a little bit embarrassed, but not wanting to seem ungrateful or undignified in this moment, does that, grabs onto it, helps to his feet, and the two of you look up towards the judge's platform, where the two magisters lean in towards the Archon, both of them, the Archon nodding to each, and then the magister on the left, Arcanus, stands up and says, what was your family name again? I forgot what it was.
Evander.
Yeah. The victor, Lord Evander. And the audience applauds to your credit, and you both step down Vasily looks to you and gives an acknowledgement of his defeat, and steps back off the platform, you doing the same. And as you're walking back to your seat for the end of the last few matches of the bout, you see Reyes Itelli, as you pass by him, gives a nod of acknowledgement as you return to your chair. The last few matches conclude, and the postings for the first bout are decided, and then that leads to a break. Another horn sounding, an announcement given, the people in the stands clapping and cheering for a short break between the matches. So, Carter, you and the others are escorted back off of the stage and up towards the viewing platform to meet with the others. Turn our music back.
Can we say that we got to have a little bit of discussion before, like during Carter's bout?
Yes,
before
I will
Carter came back
allow.
down?
We can cut back while Carter's returning. It'll take a few minutes as they finish and do announcements and sort of stuff, and announce the next pairings. The Venehn, Garas, and Venehn, you've just received this news just a few moments ago, and like the excitement of Carter's match probably didn't have a chance to relay it to the others. Or no, you did. I think at the end of the last.
Yeah, I told
Yeah.
them.
Okay, so the three of you are aware.
I think as soon as Bitchy McBitchface winked at Yaz, the other two just saw her go blank. Like, for a good 2 minutes. Like, through half of Carter's, like, round. And she just sat there, unmoving. And then, in the uproar of Carter winning, she snaps out of it and turns to the other two. We have to help them win.
What?
What?
We have to help them get to the final rounds. It's the only way.
Okay, I'll bite. Why is this the only way?
But to do what?
To get the cart back. If they
Explain.
lose, if we lose, we get kicked off the platform. We're not here anymore. We don't get to keep an eye on them. If they lose, they leave. We lose sight of them. I mean, Silver's wonderful, but our main objective here is that fucking cart. We have to keep them here.
So
I
you
love-
want to get them and Carter to the final round?
It's the only way. It's the only way we can keep an eye on them. The only way we can track them down this bloody cart. I hate it. But it's the only way that works.
Okay.
Yep, makes sense.
Oh. I thought for some reason I'd have a little more pushback. Alright, great.
No, I like it when you do fun plans.
This is a very fun plan because normally you would have been very, no, we got to focus on the mission and get the money. But this time you're like kind of going into along with our antics and it kind of gives me hope.
The mission is not the money. The mission is the bloody cart.
Well, now it's a new mission.
Can also be the money.
Yes, there's the money will still be there.
We can have two.
Just we got to put the pause on it.
If Carter wins, wonderful. Yes, money, good, all for it. Our reputation, not to mention our lives, are on the line with this bloody cart. Do you know what would happen if we lost this and it got back to Duke McFuckface?
Oh yeah, we could never go back to Valhalla.
Oh no, we can never go home. Okay. We're going to help these assholes make it to the final round, and then we make sure Carter kicks their ass.
Yes.
Also, you will remember what else is on the card.
Oh.
Carter can't know. We need his head in the game.
Nope, we cannot let him know about the card. You're right.
Agreed?
Agreed.
At this time, as you finish your conversation, you see the contestants returning, escorted back up to the viewing box for refreshments and to rest for a bit. I will give you, Carter, because I did look at the rules and I need to make sure. I will give you 1 hour between the matches, so you can regain 1d6 plus your mana for free between the matches.
Ooh, I'm definitely going to do that and slam one of those potions because burning through half my MP in the first round sucks.
Yeah. The rest of you we'll get to in a second. You think about what you want to do to you. So you're saying you also want to be trying to help the
in between Carter's matches,
Mhm.
when Reyes is up, in between Reyes's matches, if we know that we have a posting, right? We know who Reyes is up against next.
Yes, you do.
We help them out too.
Okay. All right. I'm not gonna make y'all. Y'all can narrate, but I won't make you make checks for that. I want to focus on the checks for Carter. Was debating whether I wanted to deviate, but you also saw. I mean, Reyes like took the
Obliterated.
first person to
Yeah.
clown school. Like it was. It
We're
was
to hedge our bets, though.
Yeah, just in case. So that the others return to the box. All the victors return. You can see the people that were defeated as well. Some of them stay in the box to speak. Others that seem a little less gracious in their defeat immediately like storm out with their nobody is forced to leave, but you can see that there are those that do not wish to stay and wallow in their defeat. You see Reyes returning, looking, keeping that sort of regal bearing, walking to the back to sit with his cohort, and Carter joins the three of you shortly after.
Well done.
Good job, Carter.
Thank
mean-
you. It was more challenging than I expected.
It looks like everyone is playing for keeps at this thing. So just remember what I told you, sell it, put all your all into it, and don't show mercy.
How was my performance from your
it-
standpoint?
It was fantastic. You really did the whole I am angry, but I'm going to push through all this pain and win. You did it. It was good.
It was very dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
I
Excellent.
liked it.
Venehn,
As is
has
quiet.
that servant returned with information on the cart?
No, not yet, but he had kind of a long way to go, so.
Venehn deception, Carter insight, or I guess it'd be perception, empathy. Yeah.
That ain't much of a bonus for me. Haha, 8.
12.
All right.
Excellent. Keep me abreast, please.
You got it.
If it is all right with you, I must spend some time in meditation. If there's anything you would like to say to me, I am aware, but I will not be engaged in the conversation.
Right. You keep your head in the game and recharge. It pours them some more water. Stay hydrated and everything. You need
Thank
it.
you, my friend.
Garas glances over it as Yasmera and Venehn. Okay. So what are we going to do to make sure our boy goes forward?
We have some options. We know who Carter's up against next as well, right?
Yes, now that it has been determined, Carter will be going up against Lord Leos.
Leos. Could we sneak around and get some info on Leos?
Sure. Yeah. So
Okay.
who wants to do so? Again, each of you can make one check as per normal or standard operating procedure here. So if you want to gather information first, one of you can do that. It depends on how you are trying to do it. Are you trying to listen in on conversations? Are you trying to schmooze a little bit and try to dig up some goss about him?
Yaz's best bet is listening in quietly.
Yeah. Unless somebody else wants to handle this part and Yaz does something else after. So
Other than shanking someone quietly, I don't know how else Yaz can can be productive here. I'll be perfectly honest.
I might actually be able to help a little bit in that regards, even while I'm meditating. If I can see Leos, I'd like to use the spirit sense on him just to get a vibe on how he's feeling before this match.
okay. I will. Yeah, we can do it because Carter can't directly. It would be uncouth for one of the participants to be going around and doing too much between rounds. And also Carter needs to rest. But I will say Carter can essentially give one person a bonus on their roll through an action during our checks, kind of the same we've been doing on the travel time. So Carter, if you,
I mean, even just knowing what what the guy is feeling, like if he's feeling cocky, that gives everybody a different.
Yeah. So you can do that, and then you can decide who you want to give your bonus to. But yeah, you look to Lord Leos, who you saw in the last match had a very impressive demonstration of some primal magic that he used, similar to Lord Selene, but his was more his sort of specialty seems to be more ice based, some more frost magic. He is currently sitting with her. He is near like the sort of the bar area here, speaking with a few other attendees around. Sort of a lord a little bit later on in years, little bit less he seems a little bit less focused. As you read his mind, you get kind of a swimming sensation of like, oh boy, this guy's had a couple of drinks already. He
Perfect.
seems very I would say happy. It's probably the best word. Jovial. A bit like he is playing he is here playing some over 30 baseball league, and is just like he's just chilling and having a good time.
Leos,
Buzzed, if you will.
Yeah.
Leos is intoxicated. He seems experienced, but I am not sure how serious he is taking this.
Oh,
Perhaps you can leverage that.
I think I could do something with that.
Or so yeah, as you want to do a perception
Oh,
hearing.
reconnaissance.
Yeah, so perception hearing check. Your target number here is 15. You need that to succeed. Whatever you roll, if you succeed on it, the result on the dragon die is what will give Carter the bonuses on his next turn. So just tally, clock what you get on the dragon die. Again, there isn't any stunting here. We're not doing stunt points.
Well, I think I've got it. Because that's 4 4s.
Yeah, you definitely have it. Unless you have a negative modifier.
7. So that's a 19 and a 4 on the dragon die.
Yeah, you succeed. So with 4 points on the dragon die.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Carter, you can tally somewhere. That's 4 points that you can use in the next round. But yeah, so yes, you kind of circle around, and listen in on some conversations. You overhear. Are you targeting more people, trying to listen in on people maybe that might be talking about Lord Leos, like behind his back, or more listening to like what he is talking about?
I mean, if I can do both, great. But more what the goss is. If just overhearing people talking some shit would be great.
We'll go with the gossip then. Yeah, you see, so he's talking with a few people, then you see some people like peeling off from that conversation to go talk with a few others, rubbing elbows together. Most of what you're like picking up is very like people talking business and trade prices and inflation and sort of stuff. Kind of boring. Some people talking politics and what's currently going through the magistrum and some declarations, a lot of them relating to the blight and some of the trade restrictions that are in the embargoes going on right now. But you get somebody peeling off from that conversation and going over to another, and they start to talk, and one says, it seems that Lord Leos has made it to the first round this year. Somebody says, looks and says, that's an improvement on years past. Maybe he hasn't quite drowned himself as much as before the competition started. And you see the other one says, right, well, let's hope we don't have a debacle like we did 2 years ago during the last tourney. I'm surprised they keep selecting him. And the other one says, I don't remember. Was that the one where he couldn't even? He was so drunk when he got up there, he couldn't even get off a single incantation. And the other one nods, says yes. You know, they only allow him to participate in these things because of his father's contribution during the march. And the other one nods and says, right, well, maybe he'll embarrass himself enough this year and remember it so he won't return.
Sidle back to the group with that information.
Okay, so the guy likes to drink, huh?
If someone had a potential business offer for him that included a very nice scotch, I think we might be in business.
Okay. Let me get to work. He does a few little stretches.
We literally make wine. We don't even have to lie.
No, we don't have to lie. But we could get him really, really drunk before his match, is what we can do.
All right, bring up the wine and have him drink the highest proof of anything you can grab.
Yeah, I don't know that he's gonna need a lot of help, but
No, I don't think so.
Y'all also don't have your wine.
Exactly.
oh, I was
Highest
just
proof of anything.
no, I was saying for the business venture part of it.
Oh, I was taking that as like a euphemism for just trying to get.
No, they were saying a business venture, and this guy really likes booze. I was like, we don't have to lie to him. We have a winery.
Mm-hmm.
Just maybe don't say it's in or lit.
Garas will make his way over to the bar, and as like he's walking, like his whole like posture, the way he holds himself, because like there was Garas beforehand, it was like very, keeping an eye, but like this time he's kind of like like you see him melting into the character that he's about to play as he walks up to the bar. And like if there's like someone with like hors d'oeuvres walking around, he will kind of do this thing where it's like he like grabs like a handful and just like pops them into his mouth as he's walking over, as he gets into this persona. And as he gets to the bar, he turns around and he leans back against it next to this guy. Man, let me tell you something about these matches, right?
You see, Loles is like kind of brought out of a bit of a stupor and looks to you and says, I'm sorry, do I know you?
Oh, no, you don't. My mistake. My name is Venehn Money Stacks. Nice to meet you.
I'm sorry.
That is
Hold
my
on.
name.
Okay. He goes, so you said Venehn Monestax?
Yeah, Venehn Money Stacks. Nice to meet you.
Where?
Don't save Wally like that.
I'm saying it with the right pronunciation. Venehn Money Stacks.
I'm not familiar with your family. From where do you hail? The name is unfamiliar.
I'm not from around. I'm actually with the entourage of one of the competitors here. He like taps the rapier to the side of his hip.
Impressive piece. Right on.
Right. So, you going up pretty soon, right?
Yeah, but the next bout should be starting soon. I need to get my drinks in when I can.
Oh, you better get your drinking because I hear it's going to be a rough one. Anyway, besides that, I just want to ask you a quick question. You seem like the type who enjoys the spirits.
I don't follow.
You like to drink, drink liquor, wine, that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, that stuff. I was wondering if you would, this is just like me, I like to expand myself into other business ventures outside of, playing security for the old stuffy shirt over there. I myself am currently sitting on the business of a vineyard that would love to expand their ventures out here into the bigger cities. Being out in the Hicks and all, we don't get a lot of business. And I think well man of your very, very eclectic taste would do great for us.
Vineyard, that's... what's the name of your brand?
Oh, we're called the Red Jenny Vineyard. He like waves a hand to the bartender to bring 2 more drinks over.
Jenny, I was not familiar with that one.
We're pretty small, not really really branching out to anything else. But we're taking this day with all these fine people around here to really, bone up some business. Can I get you? What you drinking there? What you drinking there, partner?
Oh, I don't even remember. What was I having? It looks back to the the bartender, and it just kind of, you having a scotch, my
Water, sir.
How about 2 scotches, please? Thank you.
That's very kind of you. Thank you.
Of course. Now, but going back to the tournament and everything, he slides the drink over. I mean, let's be honest here, champ. There's some pretty rough folk out there,
Oh yes, the competition this year does seem to be quite fierce. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the competition does seem quite fierce, but I've been seeing a lot of folk out there. People pushing up in years, really going out there, and they get squashed right in the first couple of minutes.
Yes, it does happen.
Especially, I heard people showing up maybe 2 or 3 times a year showing up, and yet they keep on coming in. They still get their asses kicked in the first round. Am I right?
Yes,
I mean, that would never happen to a champ like you. And he slides the drink that he was drinking over to him, so he has the drink.
I'm gonna go to have you make your roll. So we'll do a communication.
Okay.
What do I want to have this be? Where am I? Don't have the list of focuses up. Let's go with persuasion.
Does this guy count as a lord?
Yes.
Okay, then I get a +4 to it.
Oh, right, yeah.
So that's 4 on the dragon dice. That is 22.
22, nice. Okay, with a 4, so that is 8 points total for Carter. He has finished his drink and has reached back and then sees you swap your drinks with him, and he gets the full one without even thinking about it, just continues to drink. It's just, oh yes, it just happened. I've been in many of these myself, sometimes not making it as far. You said who is my next opponent? I missed.
Oh, that fellow right over there. He just points to a random person. You see that fellow right there? That's your next opponent. Now, from what I hear is the guy has a bit of a bum wrist, so every time he tries to cast a spell, he favors his right hand. So maybe just keep an eye out for those kind of tells,
Oh, right. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Also,
money stacks.
Yeah, money stacks. Yeah. And he slides him another drink as he pretends to sip from an empty glass.
So you get him nice and plied with your checks. Awesome. Good job. And you sort of point out somebody giving some false information as well. Excellent. Good job, Garas. So while Garas is having this conversation, doing all that, Venehn, is there anything you would like to do?
Don't know what else I would do, so I'm taking suggestions.
I say
You
go
could
talk to
spend
our
an hour
blue
feeling
Justin.
bad about lying to Carter.
I'll give one other reminder too.
I'll tell him, just not right
the
now.
judges are also in the mix here, not the Archon, but Magister Tomas and Magister Arcanus are also speaking and stuff, and talking with some of the other people present. They do not speak with any of the participants for the sake of not wanting to, show favorites, but obviously they're speaking with their entourage. So, if you
We
wanted
learned
to-
something about Tomas earlier.
I think we did, yeah. Did we?
Someone was trying to maybe curry favor by doing some sort of business dealings in Tomas's region. Fuck. What was it?
Are either
did-
of them hot?
That also
That's a-
works.
That's a good question.
I had an idea.
Again, personal preferences aside, they're both a bit older.
Okay.
These silver foxes.
You would gather maybe mid to late 50s. They are so older for medieval times. They are doing they're
Does one of them look like a perv?
Tomas is a bit kind of a little more like not as bad as like Lord Leos is, but it's a bit more like sociable, having conversation, kind of a little bit heavier set. He probably indulges himself a lot, a little bit personable, talking to people.
Is this the first not impressively hot person in all of the Valaverse?
Yes.
Big and
Yeah.
also massively
And
hot.
Arcanus is much like thinner. It's like almost like skeletal, so gaunt. Has like very like kind of wispy gray hair, very dour kind of like entertaining conversation, but seems like much less sociable than Tomas.
Yes. You've told me everything I need to know.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get. What's he drinking? The
Which one?
The one that's drinking. The friendly looking one.
Tomas.
Yes.
Master Tomas is drink some wine, some red wine.
Okay. I'm gonna wait him out until he's like just got a little bit left in the glass. And then I'm gonna take one over to him.
Okay.
And I'm gonna adjust my gown so the slit goes way up. Like even more than it was before.
Uh-huh. Almost showing some booty.
Mhm.
Got it. You
And I stab him.
yeah, and you murder him.
I know you
Roll
guys all
initiative.
knew that's where the plan was going.
Damn it, Venehn!
Yeah, you approach it just as he's
A
finishing
little bit.
his cup and hands to one of the attendants and begins to say, if you could fetch me
I have
another.
I have two.
Uh-huh.
Magister,
Oh,
if I may.
yes, you may. Thank you.
So,
Goes to sips the drink.
to your liking?
As much as anything else is. Apologies, I do not recognize you. What is your name?
My name is Solus.
Souls. It's a pleasure to meet you, my dear.
So, everything I was gonna say just went completely out of my head. But Venehn
Too hot.
That wouldn't happen to Venehn. So I kind of like sidle up next to him. Between you and me, do you have a favorite?
That would be very inappropriate to say.
Oh, I won't tell anyone.
And why are you so interested? Are you a sycophant of one of the participants this year?
You and your fancy words. No, I'm simply here to enjoy, and I sort of gesture to him, all the festivities have to offer.
Love Venehn doing that. I'm so dumb.
I'm so cute. Look at me. I have good legs.
Go ahead and make me a communication seduction roll.
Okay.
I don't think we've done this roll yet.
No.
Y'all have actually
Never
y'all have
done
used
this.
the flirt stunt more than you've actually used the seduction
Oh no!
ability.
Oh
I hope
no!
it's-
Is it bad?
Is it
I got a
terrible or is
6.
it
It's
amazing?
great. I got a. This goes on the dragon die.
Yeah.
I got a 6 on the dragon die. I rolled 2 6s and a 4.
Damn, y'all have what?
Damn!
14 points for
14
Cardi spend the
points
next. Oh
now.
man, you're about to fuck this dude up.
Okay, so I rolled an 18.
Okay. He looks to you and kind of like very, very obviously like eyes you up and down.
Good.
And he slides a bit closer to you, and says, well, that is, as I said, very inappropriate for me to divulge any favoritism this year in the competition, but a few might have caught my eye. And as he said this, he like his hand rests on your lower
Oh
back.
yeah, he's a perv.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair to the guy, I started.
I mean,
it.
look. I mean,
So is Venehn.
I started. Yeah, so it's. I started.
we weren't
it.
gonna say it, but
Do you say anything else or just
Oh. Maybe you can just whisper one in my ear, and then I'll tell you one of mine.
he gives a grin as you say this and leans in to you, whispering like you can feel his breath on your ear, and he says, well, between you and me, I think that Lord Decimus has a impressive standing to prevail this year, and has curried much favor with the Archon.
Interesting. Which one is he?
Oh, the tall one over there with the blonde hair. And as he leans in and points, he just full on grabs your ass.
Okay, that's fine. Again, I started. Venom kind of like laughs a little bit, and is going to point out Carter.
Hmm.
Do you know him?
Lord
The Lord Avenger?
I'm not sure. What was his name again? I'm not familiar.
I would know, but
Is it Evander?
Evander. It keeps just sliding off of my brain. Evander? Does that sound right?
Oh no, I do remember them. I put on a good show against Lord Selene. I was
very
surprised.
impressed. You know, I hear that he's like a war hero.
You don't say.
Something like that. I know his family got hit pretty hard by the blight, and they're doing lots of rebuilding, but I mean, that would be like a story for the ages, right?
I'll keep him in mind in the following round.
Noble family, coming back from the brink, the prodigal son, you know, the good stuff.
Would make for quite a story.
And I'm
Let's
sure
say-
everyone would think you were so kind.
Well, I am very generous. He squeezes your ass.
Okay.
Well, I must be returning to my duties, but perhaps we can continue this conversation later.
Perhaps.
He releases you and moves away from you as the judges are called back to the judging platform.
That went
Got that.
exactly how I expected.
That was skeezy.
Venehn just had the most difficult job of any of us.
Venehn
He
is
did
just
a
gonna, like,
fantastic job.
Full on like honeypot this guy
Mhm.
before the end of this.
Guys don't know. He might be like really good at sex or something.
look, time
I
for
mean,
Ven-
listen. If you keep this line going to keep trying, because you have set this up that you can keep doing this.
Yeah,
check
I'm gonna
every
do
time.
this
Going
every
to
time.
him.
But by
Yeah.
the fifth
Yeah.
round, you're just gonna have to bang him. I'm just like letting you know.
Look, Venom needs a sugar daddy.
He is probably very rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm at least gonna steal his wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We may, hey, if we don't win the tourney,
Easier to
we
do
can
when
rob
he's
this guy
not
blind.
wearing the pants it's in.
I'll let you
I don't know what's
decide
going
how.
on with me today.
I'll let you decide how far you want that bit to go as we continue. So Carter, you have ended up with a hefty 14 points to spend in the next round to hopefully avoid having to spend more MP.
I speaking of that, I also did those rolls and I got 32 of the 45 back. I used one
nice.
of my potions and
okay. So you're effectively at like down
72.
one reroll,
Yeah.
kind of at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Perfect. So the with the events have I'll give one other thing, Venehn, as Magister Tomas leaves. What is Venen's posture? Is Venehn me like, or is Venehn
No,
kind of playing it
the
cool?
show is for everyone.
You kind of glance across the room and you see leaning up against one of the pillars, like in conversation, but specifically makes eye contact with you and takes a sip of her wine. You see Brila on the other side of the room, who just kind of like gives a nod and like toasts her glass towards you through some impressive viewing your impressive display there. That is the end of our first interlude there. So these horns sound again, and the stewards come up and rejoin the viewing platform. Says, if all contestants can please gather once again, we will lead you back down for the second round of competition. And you can see as the horns are sounding, people who the crowd had largely like kind of dispersed out to like there are also some like out of the arena to drink and eat and socialize as well, begin to filter back in. Some of them remained in the stands, some of them have left between rounds, given that this event is slated to take place over pretty much the entire day. So Carter, after having rested, does anybody give any parting words to Carter?
Kick ass.
Fuck him up.
What they said.
I do not believe it is that kind of competition. However, I appreciate your earnest support of me.
You could animate your boot, fly it over there, and literally kick them in the arse if you preferred.
That is not a terrible idea. I will keep it in mind.
Slaps Carter in the butt as they head off.
So Carter, feeling a bit more replenished of your magical energy, you head back down the steps with the rest of your competition, and you hear a voice from your side as you are walking in a kind of a small crowd down. It says, "Good showing in the first round. Let's hope you can keep it up."
You as well. Your skills are impressive. I hope to test them against you.
As Reyes comes and falls in alongside you, looks towards you, and gives a slight smile and says, "Let's hope it doesn't come to that. I won't show you as much mercy as your previous opponent did."
I should hope not.
He continues walking, the two of you kind of like breaking off from each other and heading back to your seats. I will start our... As you are ushered into the arena, the crowd erupts into cheers again. The chairs having been reduced to half of what they were before. Now with 8 of you sitting on one side and 8 of you sitting on the other. You all take your seats. Again, there are little tables next to you with water and wine glasses for each of the contestants while you are waiting for your turn. You sit and wait for your bout to begin. And actually, Carter, faster, you being placed a bit higher this round, the first few bouts begin. Impressive displays of magic between contestants. You get a feel for some of your opponents. I assume Yaz, Venn, and Garas kind of sizing up as well, the opponents that Carter may be facing. But the second bout, the first bout concludes, the second bout is called and announces that Lord Leos will be competing against Lord Evander. And Carter, you are called to stand and head to the platform once again.
Carter will make a bow to Lord Leos, like a half bow, bit of a nod of the head.
You watch, you step up to the platform, you look across, and you see Lord Leos is a bit behind and is going towards the stairs. One of the stewards actually comes over to him as he is still carrying a goblet, and takes from him. He goes, hands it, and then he goes like 2 steps up the stairs, and then kind of stops for a second as he almost goes 1 back down, like takes a step back, and then continues up the stairs, trying to maintain a dignified posture.
I
But
almost
is
feel
like
bad for this guy.
is swaying pretty
As
badly.
Lord Leos is going up the stairs, Garas yells from the crowd, "Uh-oh, looks like the drunkard's back again this year!" Like, to the top of his lungs.
Okay. You're did you leave the viewing platform to go do this? Like you like
No, I'm like
left-
yelling amongst this on the viewing platform to everyone on the
Okay,
viewing
so you're
platform.
in
yeah.
the viewing platform yelling this right
Yeah.
now.
He's
Yeah.
gonna see you.
Oh, he's gonna see me.
He's gonna see you.
Well, and also everyone around.
Oh,
is
okay,
gonna
then no.
see- because there's like there are dozens of people here, and they're all gonna hear you and see you yell this.
Oh,
And
okay,
if
then.
you want to do that, you can, but it may affect people's disposition towards you for the rest of the evening.
In that case, he will kind of like whisper it to one of like the people watching, like do a little subtle whisper, like, "Oh, looks like the Lord Leos has been having a bit much to drink again, huh?" Like in a little like subtle way to kind of like pass that amongst the rest of the crowd if he can.
Okay. You do that. Garrett's just fully intent on ruining this guy.
Yeah.
Given that the judges are nowhere near this area. at
Look,
this
sometimes the
point.
crowd helps.
As you begin to, I think the person next to you like snickers a little bit, and you can see like there is some laughter in the crowd as they see Lord Leos returning, and some muttering amongst the crowd.
I think this guy's just here to have a good time.
He is. But the as you stand, Carter, you give him a nod of like a bow of acknowledgement.
You going bowdy in Kentatrix again?
Yeah. Yeah, so he's got his hands like clasped behind his back, and after he nods to the Lord, before even waiting for his response, he's going to turn his posture and his viewing just a little bit to look towards her, give her a nod, and magic his hat all the way over to her in the crowd.
Garas is so proud of Garas is so proud of him right now.
Oh, I want you to do a check for this. I won't make you do a communication check because I know that's not your
No,
specialty.
that's okay.
This
Sometimes
is
that's great if the low scorer makes a great roll.
I was thinking, well, you are specifically like using your magic. Do you have a focus in like seduction or persuasion?
No, my only communication is etiquette.
Okay, just roll with magic right now, because I was gonna let you use. Well, no, we'll do with etiquette. So I'll do magic etiquette.
Okay. That's an 18.
18. Yeah, you you kind of flip off your hat off your head and send it sort of serene through. You can see some of the crowd like oohing and awing and other applause as your hat goes through. You know, this is like very showy, a little bit more so than they're used to, as it goes up towards the Incantatrix's booth, and she takes it with one hand, and you can see like she's pretty far away. You can make her out just from like her like kind of more ostentatious appearance, but you can almost see the flash of a smile across her face as she takes it, and also maybe a bit of recognition too, as you just saw her the prior night and maybe made a bit of an impact on her there too. but the people in her booth are kind of like look to her and are immediately there's like whispering and gossip. You can already feel the gossip forming as this happens. Carter, Lord Leos, like had bowed to you and then watched that display happen as he's kind of wobbling, like almost walks off the side of the platform as he's losing his balance, then like regains his footing. As you both turn towards the judge's platform, and the Archon gives a nod to begin. The horn sounds, and the first round begins. The second round begins. So let's go ahead and roll. So you will be rolling as before, and you have those bonuses to apply. Lord Leos will be rolling with a +7.
So I've got 14 to use to split however I want amongst the rolls, right?
Yeah.
I'm just going to not roll the first round. I'm just going to continue with my hands clasped behind my back, looking at the Incantatrix as I take a bolt of ice to the chest.
You're going to purposely throw the first round.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to roll for Lord Leos just to see what he gets.
Bold ass move.
Well, I rolled a 6 and 2 5s for Lord Leos. So a total of 23. So as he's staggering there, suddenly there's like a look of more like concentration across his face, as you see like this air begins to stir in the arena around him, and there these shards of ice like spears begin to form beneath him, and he kind of staggers backwards a little bit and then slams his foot back on the ground, and rocketing across the ground are a number of these ice shards as they bolt out towards you, and Carter just standing there remaining looking at the Incantatrix and not doing anything to protect yourself in that moment. His aim is not great as he's seeing 3 of you. He hits 2 of you, definitely. One of them shatters near your feet and sends a spray of ice across you, kind of ripping some of your suit. Not doing any major damage to you, but you can feel that ice as it begins to solidify across part of your body. And the crowd seems very surprised to see that Lord Leos won, putting on a good show from the beginning and actually being able to use his magic, but also that his opponent is not seeming to do anything to protect himself. So with Lord Leos having prevailed in the first round, let's go ahead and roll the second. I assume you're going to add like a +7 to both of these. Oh, you're muted.
Yes, I am. And yes, I am. So that'll be a +15 to both these rolls.
Jesus.
So that is a 29.
Oh!
29. Well, he got a 16. So definitely not good enough. How does this look for Carter as he continues to sort of like barrage you, like this ice storm being formed and thrown in your direction?
I think Carter will kind of regain his stance, looking at the Incantatrix still, and maybe even gazing around the crowd a little bit. And as Leos launches another barrage, he's going to Neo it, and he's just going to hold up his hand and catch each of the barrages and send them back at him.
Okay. Using your like telekinetic magic. Yeah, you see like all of you watch as the ice that is on Carter is just sort of like thrown outwards and suspended in the air around him, and he holds up a hand as the ice shards come within inches of impaling him as Lord Leos continues this barrage. Again, very wavering and kind of unsteady, but Carter catches them all in the air and then hurls them back towards Lord Leos with just a flick of his wrist. And Lord Leos, who sees them, like kind of dodges down a little bit. Some ice forming, not doing a good job of defending himself. He's just like hit like slammed with these ice shards as they break and tear his clothes, and he's staggered backwards, like losing his posture. He goes down onto one knee as he tries to right himself. Let's go ahead and do the third roll.
$23.
I rolled another 16. Describe how you win.
I think as Leos is regaining his composure, Carter will shout out to him, "My apologies, Lord Leos. It is time for me to end this bout." And he's going to telekinetic Leos's cloak or his belt or something and just yank it so the guy spins. And with Carter's other hand, he's going to grab the guy's own boot, like his foot, and make him kick backwards with his foot and kick himself in the butt.
Okay, so here's what happens as Lord Leos is getting like pummeled by the ice. As he begins to catch his footing, you see the spell around him dissipates, and he begins to like concentrate and try to regain his focus again. Suddenly there is a bit of a like a tug around his midsection as his belt is grabbed, and you just like yanked to the side. There's a tearing of fabric as he is spun around and his pants fall to his waist. And then as one last insult to injury, his back foot is kicked up and slams into his rear, and he goes tumbling off the side of the platform and landing on the ground as a number of stewards come up to check on him and make sure he's okay. Luckily, he's pretty drunk, so probably didn't feel any of that.
He will
Very
tomorrow.
floppy, you know?
Yeah. But immediately upon that happening, the horn sounds and the match is called for Lord Evander. Carter, you have handily won the second round.
Owe it to my friends.
And Lord Leos is now stands, like recomposes himself, as one of the stewards helps him to his feet, and just pantsless walks back to his chair to sit down and have another drink.
You really got to admire the guy. The guy definitely was here just for fun in his shows.
Man knows what he's about.
Yeah,
I was going to say the exact same thing.
This is how he'd be watching it at home anyway, so
And no
he's
pants.
Yeah.
and Carter, you have succeeded. The rest of the matches continue. Many of the bouts being very close, being handled with arcane prowess and displays of finesse and well practiced craft. Reyes, of course, easily wins his next match, much to the same as the first one, with a minimal display of his ability. And the second round is concluded. And the horns sound again, announcing the end of this bout as the crowd begins to filter out for the next break. And that is where we're going to take our break and get some rest ourselves. So thank you everyone out there for watching. I'll turn our music back down to something a little less dramatic. We're gonna go ahead and take our break here. We encourage you to do the same. Go stretch, eat a snack, drink some water, whatever you'd like to do, and we'll be back here in a few minutes to continue our game. So stay tuned. Welcome back, internet. Thanks for hanging out with us while we took our break. We are going to jump back in. So Carter has just won his match of the second round of the Archon's tourney. Cheering, applause, grandeur, spectacle. Is there anything in that the other three wanted to get up to during that round?
think we can do something with the encounter tricks. Just don't know what.
We could try to pass a note to her from Carter, because it looks like our boy has a bit of a thing going on there.
It's possible.
I mean, one of us could try to talk our way up there.
Don't look at me.
No, I know. No, it's not going to be. When I mean one of us, I was looking to Venehn.
I mean, I could. Don't know what I would do when I got up there.
That's what I'm drawing a blank on.
She seems to curry favor. And she is a fan of a bit of theatricality. The crowd liked it. Maybe we can conspire and come up with something even more exciting for the third round.
We could have Carter be some extra bold and say he dedicates this next match to her.
Could be fun.
That's an idea. We can do that. We can work with that.
Someone make me a cunning. Yeah, as you have like cultural lore, right?
Yup. My
That'd
dumb
be
stat.
appropriate.
That's ridiculously good. 6, 5, 5, 11, 16, 23.
23. Okay. And I think you also rolled something for the Incantatrix maybe the last time. I don't remember. But yeah, again, y'all can do whatever you want. I will let you know politically, the Incantatrix doesn't hold any political power or sway. She is essentially the equivalent of like a pop star, like entertainment for the Sopporati, and other people that are interested in that kind of thing. So just so you
we're
know,
working all our angles. We're working.
yeah, just so you
other
know, I just wanted
people.
y'all to be aware.
Oh, no, totally. But we're working judges. We're working sabotaging the other contestants. And we're getting the crowd riled up.
Kind of meta for me to say this, but figuring out what the fuck her name is might be a start. If for no reason we can stop saying Incantatrix.
Okay.
It's Incantatrix.
Look, words are hard, all right? Words are hard for
said
me.
it.
Words are just very hard for me. Like jokes. Okay, we can tell Carter to lean hard on the whole dedicating every single one of these matches to her. 1. We got to get an eye out on who the next opponent is for Carter. And also, we got to see what those bastards are up to.
Yeah. Anyone checked on them for a while?
I saw Brilla
What were they doing?
Did
looking
you know?
at me.
I mean, look at your dress. Hubba wubba.
No, she was up, and I was talking to the judge man. I've already forgotten his name.
Tomas.
Tomas. I think he likes me.
I think she likes you. Or at the very least, she wants you to think she likes you.
I don't really discriminate either way.
Always something to use. Remember that.
You know we're going to have to tell Carter eventually.
I know.
Of course.
Because, I mean, I like lying, but I feel bad lying to Carter.
We're just withholding so he doesn't get upset while the match is going on.
We can tell him as soon as it's over.
Okay. Keep your head in the game, Garas.
I slap Garrus across the face.
That wasn't an open invitation.
I slap him the other way.
Once again, it wasn't an open invitation. It was me motivating myself.
I look at Van, look back at Garrus. We both just slap him at the same time.
Both of you! Get back into character.
At that
Knocks
point,
back a drink.
the participants are all ushered back up to the viewing platform, and Carter returns to your presence.
Okay, Carter, that was fantastic. What you did out there. The fact that you kind of gave him a bit of a, gave him a gimme the first time, and then you leaned hard into overpowering. That was great. Do more stuff like that. Also, the stuff you did with, the hat and talking to the encanter, that was very, very good. I need you to do that again, but this time, be vocal about it. Like straight up dedicate this match to her.
I do not know her name. She is but a title. Perhaps not one. There may be other incantatrix. Fuck me. There may be other of that word that Sita can't say
Please say
today.
that was in character. No,
No.
that was Carter. The one time Carter swears. Incanta. Fuck.
Well, one, I think at this point everybody will know who you're referring to, but also, I don't think a lot of people know what her name is, probably.
Then perhaps they should.
Maybe she likes going by her title, you don't know.
Do any of you have any desire to find this out while I meditate? Would you care to speak to her? If you do, I would like the information.
One of us could talk our way up there.
It is not a requirement. I have full faith in your plans and desires, and that you have my best interests at heart.
Good. Meditate. Garrus, do you want
Carter's-
to go up?
Yeah, I'll go up there.
'Cause didn't you meet her the other day? Or should she recognize you?
Well,
probably,
she
right?
saw me with Carter the other day. I don't know if she really paid much attention to me. She just whooshed right past me.
That
towards
might be
Carter.
good though, because if she recognizes you, then that's like a plus.
That is true. Okay, I'm gonna go up there and try to talk my way up there. Oh, by the
Okay.
way, I'm going by Venn money stacks.
I love that one.
I know, so good.
So I'll count this as your action for assisting Carter in this next round. That was
Yeah.
good. I can see how that I can see the connective tissue there. So yeah. The carousing begins, people talking, some people leaving, others drinking. Lord Leos doesn't leave, just goes back to drinking at the bar. He has new pants now. Somebody
Oh, that's
got him
nice.
to put
Good
got
for
him to put on some pants. They said they couldn't be in the viewing area if he wasn't wearing pants.
Carter would
Was it-
like to order the Lord Leos a drink.
You could literally order him anything; he'll just drink it. Yeah, you do that.
Maybe you should
Why
order
don't I
him a
takes-
glass of water.
Yeah.
Why am I picturing Lord Leos looking like Jimmy Buffett? I don't know why, but
that's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
Far off.
Yeah, you you order him the drink. He takes it. He like the bartender points out who was that got the drink for him, and he looks towards you and raises his glass in your direction before downing it.
He's a good sport.
he's a good
Yes.
sport.
So Garas peels off from the group and actually leads to go through the arena or go around like the concourse of the arena back to where the Incantatrix would probably be, or to her booth. Yaz and Venn, Two of you can see the judges are back down. Magister Tomas gives you just feel Magister Tomas like eyes burrowing somewhere around your lower back as you are standing there, Ven. However, as this is happening, I'm gonna have you both make perception checks.
Seeing?
Perception seeing, yeah.
I got a 12.
$19.
All right. Venehn kind of distracted, deciding on your next angle here.
Do I
Yes.
wait one more round?
You catch something out of the corner of your eye, and you can see they're trying to move around the outskirts and avoid people noticing them. But you catch Reyes actually leaving for a moment, heading out through one of the side passages, and stepping outside with one of his companions, the woman with the dark hair and the side of her head shaved, that locked eyes with you before.
I'll be right back. You know I'm following them. You know I am.
Make a stealth check.
I go shadow mode.
I assume Venehn, you are not.
No, I'm gonna stick around here.
Okay.
5, 5, 3.
And we discussed this before. Your basic shadow mode is not like a visual thing. It's just like your focus in being stealthy. It's not like you're not being suddenly cloaked in
No,
darkness.
I get a
crowd.
bonus to my stealth, and if they try to hurt me, then
Sure.
they get a minus penalty. Yeah.
Sure.
So 13 plus 7, 21.
21. All right. Let me roll a couple of checks here. Okay. You follow the two of them outside. They don't go far. Just kind of like out into the corridor, outside the main area before the stairs lead out into the back to the concourse where the rest of the populace is. But stepping outside, you see, kind of like coming around the corner, trying to, I imagine you're kind of angling around, like viewing, but not and walking out into the corridor where they could definitely see you. You see Reyes standing next to this woman, and he kind of like looks left and right for a second, and then reaches into his pocket and hands something to her, which she palms and slips into her own pocket. And then the two of them seem to be coming to return to the party, and you kind of duck back as they come to rejoin.
I'm picking her pocket when they come back.
Okay. Make a, what is this, Ledger Domain?
Ledger Domain, which I also have a +1 to right now while I'm in shadow mode.
Okay.
Very good. It's another 21.
Okay. As she comes back in with the two of them don't come in immediately. Reyes comes in first, and then she comes in behind.
I want to be super cat. Like I want her back to be turned. I want her to be in the crowd. I just want to brush past her back when she can't see me and go for it, and then just walk away back into the crowd.
Okay. Do one other check here too. All right. You sort of brush by her just in the crowd, not enough to like draw her attention. Subtly just kind of like swiping something out of her pocket. You didn't see what she took, so you don't know exactly what you're looking for, but you swipe an object from her pocket and you get something. As you walk away, you feel something cool in your hand to the touch, and as you step away and get some distance between her, you look down your hand and you see a small glass vial with a viscous red liquid inside of it.
Would I have any idea what this is?
It looks like blood.
Okay. Gonna take it back to my friends. I think
only Venehn. Well, yeah, I guess you can go talk to Carter. Venehn is there too, and then Garas is gone.
I think I would just slide over to Venehn. What the fuck is this?
And the three of you could be together too. I'm not saying
Cool.
you have to pick one or the other. If Carter wants to be in on this too.
It looks like blood.
Why would those fuckle chucks have exchanged this in such a surreptitious way?
Blood can
Blood
be a conduit for many magical effects. Tracking, augmenting, controlling.
And strictly speaking, here in Winter even, I think it's technically frowned upon. Right?
So one of them is a blood mage.
It would explain how what's-his-fuck is having such an easy time of it. If they're like, I don't know, using it to make him more powerful or something.
Wonderful.
So they're cheating.
Cheating seems to be an unspoken rule of this game.
Well, we're not really cheating.
You're 100% cheating.
No, I'm not cheating.
Not
What
cheating
have I
if
done
you don't
that's
get
cheating?
caught.
Tell me one thing I've done today that's cheating.
You seduced the judge.
That's not cheating.
How is that
That's
cheating?
That
He
is
could have said no.
That is like literally cheating. That
Why
is-
you blame it on
all
me?
we
I
are
just want to say
doing is
what
socializing.
Carter
He
says.
went
I'm
along
not
with
trying
it.
to influence anything.
He fell for it. Okay,
But what
that
Carter
not
said is
a
correct.
me problem.
Everybody is cheating in this game.
I'm not cheating. He's cheating. Seduction takes two. I'm just saying.
Well, is there anything in particular we could do with this information?
Reyes is the only opponent I am truly concerned with. His deftness and skill with magic. I do not believe he has shown us but a fraction of what he is capable of. Knowing that he may have ties to blood magic as well just further shows that he is the opponent I should be concerned with. Perhaps a redoubling of our efforts to ensure I win that match as well.
If he needs the blood magic though, why did he give it to her?
Perhaps he is not the blood mage. Perhaps there is another.
I mean,
Or perhaps, as I said, is a matter of tracking.
We should keep an eye on her.
Right. Well, don't you need to go off and get your ass squeezed?
Oh, right. I think it's working.
So
Maybe he'll buy me something before we leave.
I know what
Guess
Garas is
so, should've
doing. We'll play out that scene here in a second. If Venehn is going to go flirt again, I think we can simplify it to a seduction roll and then play it out in a further round just to move the rounds along a little bit
That
quicker.
is fine with me.
And then we'll and then, Yaz, what do you want to do to help with this round?
I think I kind of want to do the same thing as before. Just get
some information
as
on
much
your-
info on the opponent, next opponent as possible.
Yes, you can do that. So we'll simplify the two of your rolls. Just kind of general.
This time, I tell the wonderful Magister Tomas that whoever Carter's next opponent was like earlier trying to keep me from coming to talk to him.
Oh, okay. So Carter's next opponent will be Lord Albresis.
Albresis.
I got a 19 with a 3 on the dragon die.
There's 3 points for Carter. You picked up a couple of things. I'll just summarize it a little bit here. Lord Albresis is is in the process or is currently in standing or is in part of like the interview process to be elected as a magister. So is already kind of pretty high up in the political sphere. You saw this in his previous matches, but is especially confirmed is an expert in spirit magic, which you can pass along to Carter too. Venehn, what did you get on your seduction?
15.
Okay, 15 on the dot. So you do succeed. What'd you get on the dragon die? 1. Okay, so it's gonna be 4 points to Carter currently. All right, 2 of you carouse a little bit. Yeah, as I imagine, keeping an eye on Reyes's companion.
Yes.
While all of this is happening, Garas, you head around the edge of the arena, through the crowds, Barker's outside selling wares, and there's like food stalls set up that people are buying from, some drink vendors as well, selling ale and kind of lesser quality drinks at a high markup to the to the crowds here. And you head around the outskirts over to where the stairs lead up to some of the boxes. I imagine I'll hand wave because I think the core of this checks to be like getting an audience with her being allowed into the box. You're able to deduce or at least ask around for the box that she is in, and you make it upstairs. And there are a couple of like not really guards or like attendants outside, just like keep the general public away for like privacy for the people that have paid to have the more secure viewing areas to themselves, these boxes. And one of them is at the top of this flight of stairs as you come up and sees you and says, my apologies, sir. This is a private viewing area.
Oh, no. My apologies also. It's actually, I'm up here. Pardon. I'm just up here with a bit of a request from one of the competitors that was out there.
I'm sorry, a quest?
A request from one of the...
Quest.
Yes. Saw that gentleman earlier that threw the hat up to the lady that's sitting in that booth.
I'm sorry, I haven't been viewing the competition. My duties require me elsewhere. Who are you referring to specifically?
Oh, right. My apologies. What did we say Carter's first name was for this?
I think it was Tybalt. right?
Tybalt Avandron.
All right.
Tybalt Evander.
Evander. Sorry, yeah, it slipped off my brain too.
Right. Lord Tybalt Evander, he's kind of taking a bit of a shining towards the lady after seeing her perform a couple of nights ago. And he...
You'll have to forgive me, I don't understand your parlance.
Understandable. He has taken quite of a liking to...
A liking.
Yes, he's quite taken a liking to after seeing and having a little bit of a conversation with her at one of her performances the other night. So he's been dedicating a lot of his fights to her. And he was just wondering if he could make it a little bit more personal the next time he goes up there. Just wondering if if I could make a little request to her to keep an eye out on her on him when he gets out there.
Right. So you're wanting to pass along a message to the Incantatrix?
Oh, if I can't get in there myself, of course.
If you can summarize your message for me, I can pass it along to her now, and if she has any questions, she can come out to speak with you.
Right. Kind of thinks back to that night before. Tell her that he says, the song that you sang previous night, once again, it has moved me in ways that I never thought it could before. Thinking about your voice and every lyric that dances from your lips just fuels a fire inside of me to fight harder and stronger. This next match, I dedicate to you, madam.
You can see the steward sort of blushing a bit. Can you make for
What you
me
get for being a nosy bitch?
well, it's literally their job. Communication. Oh boy, this is kind of hitting like seduction territory again. Making a lot of these rolls today. Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay.
Seduction is making winning moves in the game of love. Is
Okay,
how,
yeah.
how that is described.
Oh boy.
And they are not a noble, so.
So I got a 6, 6, and a 5.
Damn. Okay.
So that's 6 points going to Carter.
Oh no. This. Oh yeah. Sorry, we are counting this as the So.
And 17 plus that would be 22.
22. Okay. They they're blushing and then sort of compose and says, if you'd wait here for one moment, please.
Of course.
And they head back into the room, and a couple of minutes pass as you're waiting there on the steps before you hear footsteps approaching, and the steward comes back out and says, the Incantatrix would like to speak with you privately, if you would please follow me.
All right. Nods and follows them.
And yeah, they lead you inside into this viewing room, which again, not as sort of palatial as the viewing platform that you're on, but each of these like private booths have seating area. There are an accoutrement of food and drinks that have all been set out for the people that are there. There are a couple of guests with her that are sort of milling about as well, but you immediately clock the Incantatrix, obviously wearing that sort of this very bright blue gown with this sort of sheen to it, almost like fish scales, or like kind of shimmers in the light. And she, as the servant comes back in, and she moves to approach, very gracefully, moving across the floor, almost like effortlessly, like she's gliding. The servant announces and says, my lady, this is the messenger. I'm sorry I did not get your name.
Van Moneystacks.
Mr. Moneystacks would like to speak with you. And the Incantatrix says, Thank you very much. You're excused. And the servant gives a bow and heads back out to their post as she sort of looks you over for a moment and says, I recognize you as well. You were also at the performance.
I'm honored that you recognize me. I'm a friend of the gentleman who spoke with you the other night at the performance in the crowd.
Lord Evander, as I am now learning.
Indeed, that's his name.
I was very surprised to have learned that it was a rather touching moment. I would not have taken him for a lord when he approached me last evening.
Well, I will say this, ma'am. He has been talking about your music nonstop. Ever since that night, he has been smitten by the words that you spilled from your lips, and he told me personally that he wanted to dedicate his matches to you, but there was a little bit of thing. He wanted to at least know. I know you have your title, but he wanted to at least know the name of the person behind the title.
Of course, it is very chivalric of him to dedicate his performance to me. You may pass along my name to him. I am Isabella Riella.
A name like music like no other, ma'am. And he will give a bow to her.
And if you would, please wish him good fortune on my behalf.
Ma'am, if I tell him that, I'm certain he'll win every single match that comes after this one.
Let us hope so.
Gives a little invisible hat tip and turns and heads out.
And you leave. Flirting, eavesdropping, and messaging, or flirting and eavesdropping conclude, and Garas comes back to rejoin your group after this exchange.
I head on over. One? Holy crap, you are not kidding, Carter. She is beautiful. I mean, she's just radiating grace and wowzers.
I do not believe I said anything of the sort, but I could understand how you would observe such a thing.
Well, I guess you don't want her name if you're going to be all snippy about it.
My apologies, I meant no snippiness.
I know you did it. Of her name, fuck, I forgot her last name already. Isabella
Riella.
Riella, yeah. Her name is Isabella Riella. And also, she has an extra message for me to pass on to you. She
And
wishes you good fortune in the matches to come.
It is good to know.
I mean, don't sound too excited about it. I mean, wow. Oh boy. You're literally jumping out of your skin right now.
My apologies, Garas. I believe you should know it is difficult for me to express any such thing.
Pats Carter on the shoulder. I know. But you have a name now. You can try to sway her in the crowd next time you go out there, champ.
I believe I have an idea for that.
Speaking of which, the horns sound once again, and the stewards arrive to usher the participants, the 8 remaining participants, downstairs.
Before Carter goes up, can Yas just go up behind him real quick? He's about to be a magister, so I think you really need the common folk on your side for this one.
Understood. Thank you, Yasmera.
With those parting words, Carter adjourns with the other 7 contestants down the stairs and out for the next round of competition. As you emerge once more onto the stadium grounds, the crowd swelling from before, you can see more people have filtered in these later hours to see the quarterfinals of the Archon's tourney. Like people standing in the stairs. There's nobody is seated at this point. As the crowd roars as you and 3 others are ushered to viewing seats on this side of the tournament grounds, separated from water. By water you can see on the other side of the grounds the other contestants, and you are seated right next to Lord or probably not Lord Reyes, who is sits next to you, takes a glass of water and takes a drink of it before giving a nod in your direction, unable to carry out any conversation over the just thundering audience around you. As the contest commences, the first of the 4 rounds, or the first of the 4 bouts, begins. Even more displays of arcane prowess, the stadium shaking with each blow between these very skilled magical practitioners. Nobody at this point is going to give up without a fight. Before you step up, Reyes is called, as Lord Aiteli is called to take his stance for the bout. He stands across from a younger lord, probably about half his age, who looks you can just see stone dedication like in his eyes, and focus. And as the horns sound again, you see this mage who has grown a bit wary. Sorry, music changed again. I need to start.
I didn't know if that was on purpose or not. It was.
No.
I was getting really scared.
I was really nervous for this guy.
I got nervous.
You can see the dedication in this mage's eyes, and the focus as the match begins, growing wise to the sort of the tricks of Lord Reyes for the previous 2 matches. You see, he's immediately prepared, taking a very defensive posture as you this. I'm sorry. What do I have for him? As this protective barrier of arcane energy begins to form around him, and he does not begin with a flurry of attacks as the past 2 challengers did with Reyes. And you see Reyes, who also has sort of standing there, a little bit of wind kicking up around him, just waits for him. There's a moment of like pause in the arena as neither challenger is throwing any attacks, and you can see Reyes gives a bit of a nod to his competitor, and begins just effortlessly holding out a hand, and you see this electricity beginning to spark down his hand as it begins to overwhelm his arm until it's just a bright blue, just blinding light. And you can see the competitor stepping backwards to prepare as Riz swirls his hand through the air, and as he points, his finger arcs in the direction of the other mage. A thin and precise bolt of lightning goes shoots straight towards the other mage and pierces straight through the protective barrier that he had thrown up, and he is hurled backwards off of the pillar, and then tumbling across the ground, and the arena goes silent.
Carter would try to catch the guy with telekinesis before he
Okay.
hits the ground, if you can.
Okay. Just roll me a similar magic with focus roll.
Okay. Man, the ones today. It's still a 15. But
15. I'll say it's
lots
enough.
of ones.
He is thrown backwards, hurled through the air. He kind of skips the ground once, but before he is thrown against the far wall, something momentum slows in the air as Carter catches him. You can see like just a single precise bolt in the center of his chest, just like this smoking black like scar on his chest is formed. The clothing around it sort of burned away as a bunch of the stewards come and rush up to attend to him, providing medical aid, and he begins to be ushered out of the arena. And as the crowd begins to applaud and cheer from this just overwhelming defeat, Reyes turns to accept the victory from the Archon, and you see as he gives a bow, his eyes turn towards you, Carter, as he locks his attention on you for that moment, and then returns to his seat.
As he returns to the seat, I assume it's still uproariously loud.
Yeah,
this point.
it's very loud. You could have a conversation if you wanted to, but
when he sits down next to me, Carter will lean over and say, "Was that really necessary?"
You see he sort of you see a look on his face that doesn't look like. Actually, are you doing your sense?
Pretty much.
Do you want to use your sense on him?
Yeah. You're the one who said I can't do it all the time, so...
No, you can't, but I think this would be appropriate. I mean, your attention is focused on him. You get that sense, and you remember previously you had that, like, just overwhelming, like, calm and stillness. That is disrupted a little bit, and you get this this impatience to him. I think is the emotion that you're getting, and he looks back to you, not smiling or seeming happy with his victory at this point, but he looks over at you and he says, "I don't have time to waste on theatrics at this point."
I believe the timing of the rounds was set and scheduled. Surely a man of your intellect and caliber would have made time for whatever it is you're doing. Or have I misjudged you?
He turns his head towards you and he says, "Perhaps focus on your own match before you worry about my performance."
A wisdom I should not ignore. I will see you on the columns soon, Reyes.
Unfortunately, it seems like that is where we are heading. The horns sound, and the and the next match is called. Carter, you are called to the stage as Lord Adventure. No, is that
We're all doing
Lord
it.
Adventure.
Lord Adventure time.
Lord Adventure!
Evander? I don't know why this name has gotten so. It's been
I
so
don't
hard.
know.
Oh no.
I keep wanting to say Lord. Okay, so it's by Mistborn. I keep wanting to say Lord Venture, and then I know there's an A at the top, so I keep saying Lord Adventure.
Lord Adventure.
Lord Adventure, rising trips to Taventa.
You are called in your bout
Jungles
against
Olay.
Lord Albresis. What does Carter do as he takes the stage?
He'll give a courteous bow to Lord Abresis, more respectfully than he has in the past, and then he will turn his attention to the judges. And I'd like to use my magic to amplify my voice without having to shout. I would like to keep the same calm timbre, but just make it so that everyone can hear it.
Yeah, you see, Laura Reeses gives you a not maybe not quite as courteous as yours, or deferential as yours. It's very like stoic, very focused man, and you can see that on his face as he is dedicating himself to the task at hand. However, as he goes to turn towards the judges, you, however, a little bit flare of arcane energy as you amplify your voice, and everyone turns towards you as you say.
With the permission of the Lord Magisters, I would like to dedicate this match. May I?
Interesting. Do I want to have you make a roll here? Yeah, I'm just gonna have you make a roll, communication etiquette. As you just hear rich people around say, most unusual. Yes, quite unusual.
14?
Magister Arcanus just gives like just the slightest nod towards you, as if he is not going to wait for long.
Picking up on that, I think Carter would turn towards the crowd and say, I dedicate this match to one Isabella Riella, Incantatrix of the, what was the place we went to?
Oh, that's a good point. What is the name? It was the Palace Arthemia. Yeah.
Of the Palace Arthemia. And as he says that too, I would like to start creating spectral trellises with transparent and covered in roses and little orbs of light hanging where paper lanterns would be, and start to create. Well, no, I'll wait on that. I'll start there.
As you do this, everyone in the crowd just like is stunned and just like applause and shouting everything, like the like professionalism and demeanor of the event immediately devolving into just like, what the hell is going on here, as everyone looks up towards the booth where I think most people know that the Incantatrix is sitting, and she is sitting up there, not even like, not the least bit put off guard. You don't know like performance or what, but she is takes in stride. She stands and gives it gives like a genuflect in your direction, as like accepting her favor, as her, I guess, champion for this duel.
And then I assume the horns go boo.
Yeah, and then as the Archon commences the match.
So before I roll, I'd like to continue the thing a little bit, because this will happen whether I win it or not. As soon as the last ring of the horn leaves everybody's ears, Carter will go into his own mind and start to play for everyone the music that he heard of Forlorn Love, and he will say in that same loud tone, even as the soon-to-be Magister is like preparing his attacks and probably launching them, he'll say that I once learned of love from this song, and last night I heard it performed more beautifully, Dodge, than ever before. I would like to share it all with Dodge, with you tonight now. And then, and then play the music, and then start dancing. And I'm going to dance through some dodges. And and if I win this roll, I'll explain how I take them out.
Okay. Well, let's do the first roll.
I'm going to use 5 of the 10 points I have.
Okay, so you have 10 points on this one? Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, let's go ahead and your first one. You don't mind. I didn't say it before. He is +7. No, sorry, +8 on these. So he's evenly matched with you.
Well, I hope he got a 26.
Holy shit. Not even close. He got a 20, which is a good showing, but not a 26. you describe to me so he you can see like maybe a little bit frustrated that this is becoming such like a spectacle at this point when this is supposed to be a very serious affair, and holds his hands to the side. And as you know, he is also has also a focus in spirit magic. And you watch as these spectral forms, like apparitions, begin to appear around him and begin to sail through the air in your direction, streaking and screaming towards you.
So he'll dodge a few, and as one gets really close, it looks like it's going to hit Carter. And Carter pulls it into the dance, pulls this wisp of spirit into the dance with them, and it changes shape into like the silhouette, not the full form, but a shadowy silhouette of an armored man. And then as the dance moves and changes, it's a slim form in a long coat. And then it's another slim form with a bald head. And then it's another tall form with horns, and I don't try to hide that. And then lastly, it's a much more pronounced and colored image of the Incantatrix. And while that's going on, while Carter is dodging, he also invites the Lord to dance and starts using his telekinetics to grab the man and force him into the
following the same footwork as you are. I love that.
And to win it, he'll dip the man and then drop him.
Okay, yeah, you see that he's like spun around the platform, losing concentration from him as you've taken his spell from him, and he is spun around sort of like more like less fluidly, kind of jerkily moving as he's trying to resist the telekinetic pull before he's just dropped on the ground onto his feet, immediately scrambling back up. You can see Cal has fallen back, hair in his face, and he's just panting there, his like anger taking over as he begins to unleash a stronger attack at you. So let's do the second round of attacks. God, you embarrassed the shit out of him on that first one. What'd you get?
Do I get to decide whether or not I use the points before or after?
I'm gonna say you have to use the points before I tell you what the opponent gets. I will, but but you can do the reroll after.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use the points then, which means it's only a 22.
Well, he got a 16. I rolled 2 2s and a 4. What do? You win it on this round. So he begins to like, again, is just furious, and you can see instead of the like clear spectral like forms, instead almost summons spiritual energy like fire around him to like burn the trellises that you have created to the ground.
I think for a moment Carter will just continue his dance and moves, and as the trellises burn, he looks towards the Lord and says, "My apologies that this has not filled you with what I felt. It is my goal only to dodge this evening, that I bring entertainment and joy to you and all of you. But unfortunately, your time is done." And just force pushes his ass off.
And as this like fire begins to warm around it, the music swelling, you can almost hear the voice of the Incantatrix echoing throughout the arena, and he sends this wave of spiritual this like conjured spiritual energy towards you, and as it begins to scream, is cut short as he loses his breath, this fire fading away as he just shoved backwards off of the pillar, tumbling onto the ground, much in the same way as before with Reyes's defeat of the prior Lord, except
and Carter Carter will turn and glance at Reyes when he does that.
Hits the ground, kind of tumbles a bit. Not nearly a death story. Kind of picks himself up, like his cape fluttering, his dueling garb all disheveled, covered in dirt, as the horn sounds, and you are immediately named the victor without the judges consulting. And you look back towards Reyes, who has leaned forward a bit in his chair, his arms, his elbows braced on his knees as he looks up at you. And just, you can, he doesn't smile or nod, but you can see the wheels turning. And that is where we end the third bout. Those of you up in the booth, we cut to you.
I'm gonna admit that worked a lot better than I thought it was going to. I didn't expect him to do all that.
I feel like if we give him the basics, he'll just sort of, snowball it to where it needs to go.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we got that going down. All right. Do we know who the next person is going to be?
Based on the current pairings, the semifinals will take place with Reyes Itelli facing off against a magistrate who I have not named, and Carter will be competing against Lord Decimus.
Oh, that was the one that Venenn's butt grabber liked.
Yes. Who has put on a stellar show on par with Carter and Reyes.
What kind of magics does he do?
Seems to be also primal magic, but he's focused mainly on the earth-based elements, stone and ground.
Venenn, I think you're going to be more important now than ever.
Yeah, and I think this might be the time when you go full out this time against this.
Before everybody returns, because especially since, as you said, you were keeping an eye on this. Before everybody returns, you look over. A lot of people start moving. Some people preparing to leave. Others preparing to congratulate. You watch as moving behind the crowd, a streak of black hair. You see the woman from before skulks away.
I'll be right back.
So it's going.
I'm gonna fall. You say these things like you don't know what my response is gonna be. Of course, I'm following this. Bitch.
I should just
Come
narrate.
on.
They get up to leave, and Yaz goes to follow.
Yes.
As soon as Yaz leaves, Garas looks at Ben. Should we now that Yasmera is gone? Should we do hijinks?
We can do a little bit of hijinks, but I do have to talk to the magister, I think.
Okay. How about this next round? We can plan our hijinks now, and then the next round for the finals we can do hijinks.
We can do like a little bit of hijinks now.
Yeah, because I don't want to waste the opportunity without Yasmera not being here, so she'll be like, "No, you cannot do it."
Oh well, let's do one, and then maybe we'll have time for more when I get back.
Okay.
As the two of you are talking, you hear a voice behind you that says, "Your friend seems to be putting on quite a good show."
Look on over.
As the two of you turn and you see Brila with the scarred Avar man standing next to her have approached you.
Oh, so good to see you again.
Oh, hello there.
Very nice to see you as well. Apologies, I don't believe we have met. Looking to Garas says, "I'm Brila, my companion here." And the man steps forward. He says, "Gorman."
Is he like taller than me?
No, he is not.
Okay.
He is actually a pretty average height, like 5'10". Which I actually don't know. How tall is Garas?
Garas is like 5'9", so yeah.
So about the same height.
Yeah.
Fight music came on. Let's start.
Oh, jeez. Roll initiative. I've been so bad today at hitting the repeat button. I wish that just did by default. This one. This is Doman. Dominaris.
A pleasure.
Pleasure to meet you.
Brilla says, likewise. Well, semifinals, who would have thought?
Oh, well, we had confidence in our boy. He knew he was going to make it this far.
He's very talented.
That's, very, sweet of you. I had my doubts about Reyes. Looks over to, as if she's saying a joke, looking at Doman, who's just like stone-faced, staring at the two of you.
Well, he is a bit older, so, you know.
More experience, but, age does come with the slowdowns, of course.
Yes, very afraid his knees were going to give out at the last match.
I like to give this feller the ocular pat down if I can.
Okay. What are you trying to glean?
Just what their deal is, because they're so stone-faced. Garas trying to figure out, like, pretty much anything. Like, what are they good at? If there's any kind of signs of, like, what they're good at, what they are excelling in, like, if they have any weapons on them or anything.
Sure. Yeah.
Just giving a good overall vibe check of this guy.
I guess we could do perception. Interesting. Well, do you have something you're angling for with the focus?
I don't have any focuses in anything in perception, so
Okay.
I'm just going for like a straight perception, I guess.
Yeah, just go for straight perception. It's not gonna be difficult. He's standing right in front of you, but
16.
16. Okay. So, Doman, as you have now, as I said before, he is a Var, or Avar, which is a, I guess, kind of a tribe that exists in the sort of regions near Ferelden, kind of the southern edges of Thedas, like warrior clan kind of stuff. Normally, Avar very big, like 8 feet tall. He is much shorter, on the short side for an Avar. As I said before, you can see across his arms. So he is not carrying a weapon with him currently. He's dressed in a suit, kind of similar to the one he had was wearing the previous night. It looks ill-fitted for him, as if it was not tailored for him and he has sort of squeezed himself into it. But he is you can just tell based on that, very muscular, very strong looking. Seeing what else you might be able to glean. Oh, and I mentioned this before, but you get a good look because he can't button all the buttons on his suit, and you can see just terrible scars on almost every inch of exposed skin. There's like burn scars, weapon scars. I mean, it looks like this man has been through hell.
Yeah. Takes note of that. So, looking to collect the pot also?
Brila, who seems to be doing most of the talking for the pair, says, well, of course. I also to be here.
Oh, I don't know, little bit of schmoozing, some business making, maybe here for work, I don't know, maybe also here just to take in the sights. I try not to make assumptions about people.
Well, as beautiful as Benrathis is, yes, mostly here for the competition, the sport, the prize should Reyes be fortunate enough to prevail, and to meet new people, of course.
What about you, big guy?
Doman, who's just like has now just like locked eyes with you, stare down and just says, what she said.
Not much of a talker.
No, I'm afraid he's not. Our conversations get a bit one-sided. She sidles up next to you, Venehn, and she says, and I believe I overheard Solus, was it?
It is. Today.
You must tell me where you got this dress. It is stunning.
It was actually a gift from a friend.
Ah. Well, it's as impressive as yours was the previous night.
Thank you.
Would you like to get a drink?
Sure. Why not?
We can leave the boys here to chat. It was nice to meet you. Did you say
come
your
back,
name?
they're
Did you say
both trying
Garrus
to-
or did you say
I didn't even give my name yet.
Nah,
didn't give a
neither
name.
of them gave their name. They just said, nice to meet you. I was
That
like,
was it.
yeah, flex.
It was nice to meet you. She looks
as
back
well.
towards you, Garrus.
Oh, as well.
And she leads Venehn, she leads you by the arm towards the bar.
Okay.
Still looking, giving. As soon as they leave, Garas looks over at Domu, who's probably has not stopped staring at him.
Yeah, it's just like the two of you are standing there now. He's just like arms crossed, just continuing to stare at you.
So you like painting? I don't know, maybe you like, I don't know, some hobbies or something? You have a hobby that you like? I'm just gonna assume your hobby is like, flower arrangement, which is probably a fantastic hobby for, a man of your size. Boy, it sure is hot in here, isn't it? He takes a sip of his drink.
He just continues to stand there staring at you. Carter.
I like this guy.
I like him so
He knows
much.
what he's about.
Carter, you come back up the stairs with Reyes and the other two contestants. And I met if you have the awkward moment of your two friend groups are now intermingled with each other. So you see Venehn with Brila by the bar, and you see Garas now standing here with Domin, who you don't know his name yet, but where do you go? Do you approach one of these two, or do you head off in a third direction?
So Brila and Venehn have peeled off towards the bar, right? And Garas and Dolman are still kind of around our seats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think Garas would head towards his seats, head towards Garas and Dolman. Look at the two of them.
I think
If you are a distraction, you are a poor one. Please return to your seats.
Garas looks at Carter, looks at Doman. Well, first of all, Carter, I am having a fantastic conversation with this gentleman right here. I understand if you think it might be a distraction, but I was just about to tell him about the many things I enjoy because he shared to me that obviously he loves flower arrangement as his hobby. I was going to tell him that, myself, I like painting and, I enjoy writing poetry every now and then, to flex my creative muscles, that kind of stuff. I'm sorry, Dorman, do you like poetry? No, maybe you seem like a short stanza kind of fellow.
Domin's been stone-faced and staring at the whole time, finally breaks off and looks to the side to finally speak and says, good showing. And you see Reyes coming around the side. He says, thank you. I see everyone's getting acquainted. If you don't mind me, I'll steal away my friend here for a conversation.
Of course.
See you in the next round, Lord Lander. As Domin immediately turns to leave, and Reyes falls at his side.
As he turns away, Garas says, I'd like to know how you got those scars one day, though. Must be quite the story. Because Garas doesn't know how to shut up.
I think Doman does stop at that point and turns and looks at you. And he steps closer to you, closing the gap. He says, I'm sure you'll find out soon enough. He takes a step back and goes to follow Reyes.
That could still be a flirt.
It could still be a flirt.
When he does that, let me make it. I'm
Maybe
gonna make an
they've been
RJ good boy.
flirting with us the whole time.
I'm gonna make an RJ good boy check. Okay. When he says that and gets up in his face and says that line of maybe you'll find out one day, when he walks away, Garas is like, oh, I like that.
He starts to turn back around, and you just see Reyes places a hand on his shoulder and says, not now, and kind of pushes him forward, and Doman keeps walking.
Oh, he's totally going to kick my ass. He wants to kick my ass. I know he does.
Garrus, you know that I trust you implicitly. Was that certainly a productive expenditure of your time?
Yes.
Then if you believe so, as I said, I trust you. Now, I must meditate again. Perhaps you would assist our friend Venehn in his conversation as well.
Man, I could, but even though it looks like Venehn is going into his I'm going to get laid tonight look. So I don't want to interrupt that. But if I need to jump in, I will.
Very well. Just please do not forget that these are exceptionally dangerous people.
Yeah, so are we.
That we are. I'll sit down.
We might go a little over time, but I do want to explore something with Venehn and Brila real quick before I conclude things on Yaz. Venehn, Brila leads you over to the bar. And as she stands, she's, what would you like to drink?
Oh. Like wine is fine.
Orders from the barkeep. As the wine is brought over, she says, I assume nothing too strong. You want to keep your wits about you with that one? As she nods subtly over towards Magister Tomas.
Oh, yes. It's very handsy.
You certainly made an impression. I couldn't have done better myself.
Well, that was the plan.
Afraid I was a bit frustrated. I had planned on making that move after the second round, but you beat me to it.
You snooze, you lose.
I suppose so. She takes the drink, sips it. The conversation begins and goes a bit louder around her, and she very quietly speaks to you. This time, not in the trade tongue, but in Elven. And she says, I'm very curious of how you found yourself in traveling with such an eclectic group.
You know, it's a long story.
She looks back up at you, her eyes sort of twinkling a bit. And she says, well, perhaps we can find some time to share it.
What did you have in mind?
I'm afraid after the festivities today, I don't have much in store for this evening. Do you?
Oh, I suppose partly that depends on the Magister. No, I don't.
Well, I imagine many of the inns will be emptying out after tonight's events. Travelers heading home. Shouldn't be too hard to find a quiet place to talk.
Okay. I suppose I shall meet you after the final round.
Sounds like a plan. I'll come find you.
All right.
She gives a smile towards you, and she says, as she picks up her drink, she looks over back towards Reyes and Domin as if she's going to join them, and she looks back at you, looking up and down. She says, "It really is a stunning dress."
Thank you.
And she walks away, and as she does, you hear her humming under her breath, like very quietly. And you immediately recognize the tune. It's an old song, but one that you immediately flash to memories of as a child sitting around the fire under an evening starlight with the rest of your clan interspersed among the woods. And remembering one of the elders of the clan would begin to sing the song in the old tongue, and the rest of you would join in, and that memory hits you as she hums it under her breath and begins to walk away.
And then ponders this.
And we will conclude with Yas. Yas, make a stealth check for me.
Gladly. 6, 4, 3. 21.
All right, 21. I'll make a perception check. I always scroll the wrong way on these sheets looking for the stats. All right. You follow this woman as she doesn't go out the same corridor towards the exit. She actually ducks around following a side passage towards where you've seen a lot of the serving staff coming from. And you kind of skulk around behind. And you hit a corner and you stop and you wait a moment because you see her at the end of this hall, standing near a door, sort of occupying herself a bit. She like kind of leans back up against it, like she's like trying to rest for a moment, as you see a servant come out and sort of notice her and startle, and then keeps going. And she opens an eye and darts inside. And you follow, kind of skulking around behind her towards this door and peer inside. You look in, you can see the a lot of where they've been preparing food and many of like the the less elegant areas of this where lots of cups stacked up, plates and other things being prepared as they're being brought in for wherever the kitchens are in this facility, being brought here before being brought out to the viewing area. And you watch her sort of skulk inside. She takes a look around, and she moves over to a barrel in the corner. Looks tapped for wine, and she moves up to it, knocks on it a couple times, nods to herself, and then moves around to the top of it. She grabs, just kind of flicks out a knife from her, seem to be concealed, takes it, sort of pries up one of the wooden pries apart some of the wood in the barrel, takes the vial from her pocket, and then pours it into the wine before removing her knife. She stops for a second and leans back, like kicks the barrel a couple times to agitate it, and then she starts to come back in your direction. What do you do?
I just lean against the wall for her to come out.
She steps out and immediately upon reaching the threshold sees you, cocks an eye in your direction. She says, I'm sorry, did you get lost?
No. No, I think I'm exactly where I need to be.
I think most of the good food is still out there, but you'll find back here, I guess.
Same goes to you.
Good luck to your friend in the next round. And she walks past you.
What would be the easiest way to accidentally break a cask of wine?
As
Dump it on Reggie.
As Yaz considers that, that is where we're going to end our session for tonight. Good game, everyone. Go and change
Plot
that.
fucking thickens!
Mm-hmm.
And we'll find out more next time. Good game. Getting to meet our anti-crew a little bit better. I think you have all their names except for one. Y'all are terrible at asking people's names. They were just giving
I
them
ain't
willingly.
asking that fucking poisoning bitch her name. Kidding me?
Look, we're being very smart not giving our names. They're just fucking it up and like giving them their names. So who's the real pro crew here?
Or they're just so not threatened that they don't care.
Venehn has made an entire living on making people feel like that.
Yeah. Also, I'm not going to give them all fake names. I have to track their fake names and their real names. That would just be... Listen, I have a hard enough time with y'all. I'm not going to do that for NPCs. So, that is it. So, let's go ahead and do our stars and wishes for tonight, y'all. I'm so used to asking a bunch of extra questions at the end of the session. It throws me off every time that I don't have to do that here. So, Van, you want to kick us off? As usual?
Sure. Yeah, my star is gonna go to Garas, or whoever this cowboy man is.
All I know is
Venehn money stacks.
Money stacks.
I'm just thinking of Timothy Oliphant the entire time I'm doing this, and you know what? Yeah, going with it.
A funny thing that is happening is that a couple of times when you said it, the captioner put Venom money stacks, and I'm like, a new Venom comic?
That's an even better name too, Venom Money Stacks.
Not bad.
Money
Yeah.
stacks.
Venom
That's an unhinged name.
That's a very unhinged name.
Oh, we're all
Like-
a little unhinged here.
Venom and Fix-It Joe, the Grey Hulk,
That's
hanging out
my
in Robin, Las
that's-
Vegas.
that's my new Morkborg character. Venom Money Stacks.
Venom money stacks. Yeah, I like this cowboy man. I'm a big fan of this cowboy. It's fun to watch the accent get more and more Texas as you go. Because when you started out, I don't think he was Southern at all.
No,
He
it wasn't.
wasn't. No, it just
sort of-
it
And
just
then
happened.
he just kind of took a little trip below the Mason-Dixon and then just kept on going.
Kept on going, you know.
Yeah, you got to the
So
point where you were talking to that steward. I was like, there's no way they understand a word you were
He
saying.
has no idea what's happening.
As soon as
Come
that
on now, I
happened,
got
I was
a
like,
dang old message to be sent on the,
Like,
the
as soon as that part happened, I was like, you know what? I can't back out.
No,
Nope.
He's from Texas now. But yeah, just cracked me up. My wish is I don't know. I'm just having a good time.
I mean, you got your wish. Your throwdown with Brila.
Yeah. I need to come up with a new one. I'm gonna convince this magister that he's in love with me.
Like I said, full honeypot.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Get him to put all of his money. We're gonna run away together, but I need you to invest in my trading company first. So
I have these
A
tokens.
multi-level.
Now.
What's it called? Not a pyramid
Are they
scheme.
fungible?
Yeah.
No. But they are expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not the way I thought that was gonna go.
So good, though.
Somebody's seducing one of the judges, but honestly, I'm here for it.
Really?
No, I never thought about it. I was like, I was so sure y'all were gonna come in and try a bunch of I was like, I don't know why I thought y'all would try to just lie and try to make a bunch of fake business maneuvers and all that sort of stuff, but nope. Seduction, honestly,
fuck a magister.
probably easiest way to do it.
Then
I just want you to.
he's attracted to people who are bigger than him.
I want
It makes
you
his
to
life
just,
really hard.
lead this magister along until he is waiting for you in some seedy tavern for 2 days on end.
Yeah. I'm here
You
for this
suc-
end game.
If you succeed on enough on a seduction check for this magister in every round, they will full on fall in love with you. It'll go from
Great.
just skeezy guy trying to grope you to full on head over heels in love with you.
Good. Excellent.
I'm here for it.
I love it. Thank you, Van.
I love it when you say an idea and then immediately say, I love it. Yeah, you should. It's a good idea.
I love it because no, it's your idea. You did it. I'm just taking it to its logical conclusion.
Oh yeah, good job, me. Hell yeah, we're doing
Self-high
good
five.
work here.
Self high five me. There you go.
We're doing some good work here.
All right, Sid.
Oh, so many good scenes today. Ugh. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with. I have to go with Venehn seducing the judge. Come on, I can't not. It was perfect. It was perfect.
More rounds, I could have seduced both of them.
Exactly. No, but we will eventually. You'll get your sugar daddy, and it'll be great. I'm here for it. Congratulations. Well done. Well played. Incredible. I had so many stars. They were just stars for fucking everybody. Jesus. Texas, everything Carter did today. Jesus. I'm just stealing all of them. I'm gonna stop. My wish. I want Venehn to flip Brila.
I assume. Oh, you mean turn your side? Okay, gotcha.
I mean, the other way too is fine, but eventually that one, yeah.
Not that strong, but my low center of gravity means I have great leverage.
Yeah.
Oh, we already established that Ben's got that booty. Got some thick thighs.
And it got that donk.
From all the climbing on things. And people.
I was about to say, only things? No. Yeah, I think she might be our prime choice for that. And she's already interested in him in some capacity. Yeah. I think that could be fun. That's me.
Awesome. Wally?
My star goes to Carter, and that fight, the dance fight scene was so good. I loved it. That was so good. I loved the way he described it and how, because it was because of Carter's stoicness, internally he was just hey, wait a minute, no, hold on, let me finish. But because he's so stoic, it came off even cooler to the crowd what he was doing. So it was really, really, really good. It's a very good visual scene. I loved it. My wish. I mean, I'm gonna fight this motherfucker, so I already got my wish right there. I just want to see Carter go all out against Reyes. That's my wish right now. I just want to see Carter go all out against Reyes and also straight up like humble him in the process.
I have a plan for that.
That's my wish.
Love it. Thank you, Wally.
Yeah,
Cito.
let me bring it home.
Cito,
Okay.
go for it.
I agree with Sid, man. There were so many good moments. It's really hard to pick one out. We all got to do some awesome things this session. But I knew the moment it was said that this was going to create a very interesting situation. So this is also kind of part of my wish. But my star has to go to Venehn for lying. Because that creates a potentially very deep rift between the two. And that also kind of is part of my wish, is that we can have that experience and be able to recover from it. I really look forward to some, maybe not Neon Gods level, but a little bit of fucking tension between the two of us, and come back from that.
Yeah, I totally got Venon's reasoning for not wanting to share the.
Yeah, but you know Carter ain't gonna like that.
Yeah.
In my defense, it was Yasmera's idea.
Yeah,
I
it
kinda
was,
told him
yeah.
to do it.
Yeah,
It
so
was.
I
do
totally got the idea,
Oh.
but I'm
Carter's
so
gonna be mad
ready.
at all of you. He's
Yeah.
mad. That's not even the right thing. It's worse. I'm not mad. I'm not capable of that.
He's
but I
gonna
am
be
disappointed.
disappointed.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm interested to see how that ends up coming out. That y'all found out about that and how that is dealt with. So yeah, lots of fun stuff. Awesome.
Fan, I just want to hug you.
No.
You look. Are you
Don't.
like
What?
into the stream tired, or you
No,
have
I'm
like
just
sad
listening.
face? Okay.
That's just my face.
She's-
I promise,
This
it's
is
just my
face.
face.
All right, y'all. It's about that. It's about that time. Awesome. I am so excited for the continuation of this and to see how this all shakes out in our next session. Speaking of which, we'll be back. Same time, same place, next week. So get ready for that. Join us in the meantime, if you're hanging out there in the chat, for anything else that all of our other streams that we've got going on this week. Like we said, Tuesdays are up in the air right now, but you can definitely join us on Thursday for the next session of Elegance and Vigilance. We're playing D&D in Good Society, and Sid runs that, and it's a gem.
It's something.
It's a something. I believe we're about to fight some robots. Is where we're
Sure
at.
are.
Classic Regency escapades.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
So-
you do.
To which I have no responsibility for. That is gonna be it. Thank you everyone out there for hanging out with us. And thank you to my lovely players for making this game as awesome.
Thank you
as
for the
usual.
game.
You're welcome for the game. We will see everyone back here next week. And until next time, good game and good night, Internet.